Hey everyone, glad to be back on the channel. It's been a long summer. I thought I'd give an update on what's going on with us. A little update on Sawyer. He is now 1 year old, or actually about 16, almost 17 months old now. We are in the middle of August and just really starting to try to get into conditioning again. Kind of had a slow summer as far as that goes. Been working on other projects, home improvement projects. This overblown pandemic kind of slowed things down in general. But we're getting back out on the trail, trying to run him every night as much as I can. This is actually our second time out today. So morning and evening when the heat is not as intense. It's been pretty hot this summer, so I'm trying to get his heat tolerance up a little bit. He's doing really well. I really enjoy this dog. He's well behaved. I think maybe the right word for him is cooperative. You know, he seems to be a really cooperative dog. Really minds well. He's got a good. Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders as far as what I'm trying to tell him. So we've been working on some yard work like heel conditioning. There he is, here he comes. Hey bud. And basic obedience. We haven't done a lot of training. We did some bird training, let's see, back in, it's August now, I think it was back in early June is probably the last time he's been over some quail. So we are in need of that, but this is pretty much going to be his first hunting season. So, I mean, last year was his hunting season, but I don't really consider that the first season when you're just a puppy like that. So this season, you know, expectations are a little higher, but training has been, you know, kind of slow. I'm not a pro trainer by any means, so I'm not looking for a perfect dog. You know, I think maybe it'd be nice to have a perfect dog, but when a perfect dog isn't perfect anymore, I think I'd be frustrated with that. So, you know, if I had a finished dog, they always take some maintenance to keep them that way. So I'm going to take him. He's going to be a hunting dog, and I'm really going to enjoy working with him. He's got a really good pace that I like. He doesn't pound the ground so hard like Kaiser, my Vizsla. Really just, I mean, he moves so fast, covers so much ground, which is, you know, it's a good thing in some ways, but in others you're trying to keep up with him. You're trying to keep track of him. Sometimes he overruns birds because of his speed. But Sawyer, this GSP, he's just a little more deliberate. You know, he runs hard, he works hard, but he's a little more deliberate in the way he moves through the cover. And so far I really enjoy watching the way he works. So I'm hoping this season he's going to do well in the grouse woods. So he's probably full grown now. He's about 55 pounds. Maybe he'll put on a few more pounds in the next couple months, but I really like his size actually. He's really built robust, and I don't like a real big dog, a heavy dog, because, you know, they can hurt their paws running through the woods or covering ground like that with all that weight. So he's a good size to hold up well in the brush and can take a beating. The dog can definitely take a beating, and I think you know, GSP's got an undercoat, so in the cold weather he's going to be a little bit more cold tolerant than certainly my Vizsla is not real cold tolerant, but he was able to hunt, you know, down to, I'd say 20 degrees, 15, 20 degrees. He could hunt as long as we're moving for a while, but the cold would get to him after a while. It would kind of wear him out. So I'm hoping Sawyer is a lot more cold tolerant, which I think he will be. Again, he's been a really good dog. 99% of the time, he's a house dog, he's a pet, so he's got to behave, he's got to do the things that you want him to do in the home, and to me, basic obedience has so much importance on a bird dog or any dog. You know, you can have all the greatest training in the world, field time, bird time, but if you don't have basic obedience where he listens, he's recalls well, he comes when he's called, he stops when he's commanded, he's mindful of what you're doing, I think that's the most important, and Sawyer's really seems to be cooperative there. Now, jury's still out on how really he's going to do in the hunting field. Last year he hunted and he was over some birds, but you know, it's your puppy season. It's not really, I don't take it too seriously that first season. This year I will, a little bit more, but you know, I think he's got a good nose because it sure gets him in trouble sometimes. So here he comes. Come on, bud. The boy. You know, the one time I didn't put the bell on him, and I always have a bell on him, but we're going in silence tonight. So, but anyway, I just wanted to give everyone an update on what's happening and what we plan on for the season. We're going to start off this year probably doing some grouse and woodcock hunting up in northern Wisconsin. That's kind of, I mean, dove openers coming up here September 1. I'm not a huge dove hunting fan, but I might try it. We don't have a lot of doves here, northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, so there's some, but I might bring him because he can actually sit still for more than 3 seconds, where I tried to hunt doves with Kaiser a few times, and good God, that dog he can't sit still. He's just not that type of dog. So we're gonna try this, and there's a couple public areas that have some birds, so maybe I'll try that. But the big hunt will start with grouse. Pheasant around here doesn't open till towards the end of October. Grouse and woodcock open September 12th this year, which is a Saturday. That's too early for me. Even the first week in October, I don't really like going up that early. It's just too green, it's too hot. But I want to get him up with just us, without the pressure of the whole team. You know, we got a bunch of guys always up there, a lot of dogs, a lot of action. I want him to just get the feel for the woods by himself, and we'll get some scent over him in just be a few days, probably really maybe 1.5 days in the woods for him, and we'll see how he does. And we'll start the season off that way and see how he progresses. But after a year, I'm really happy with what he's doing, how he moves, his general attitude. He's just a cool dog to be around. And so if anybody else is, I'm sure they got lots of stories about different gun dogs, but this year we're going to have like probably at least 4 dogs to hunt over. Tom's got a lab. He's also now has a nice English setter who is a really pretty dog. And Mike has got a lab too, so I'll have 2 labs and 2 pointing dogs. Sawyer the GSP and Abby the English setter. So I'm kind of excited to see how these dogs will work together, and maybe do a little backing. A lot of times I hunt with lab guys, so it'd be nice to hunt with another pointing dog to see how they see if he can do any backing, and we'll just, maybe that'll come naturally, but I'm sure it'll take some work. So, but we'll see. We're excited for the season, and earlier this summer he learned how to swim. He did really well. He retrieved for me in the water. He surprised me. So he definitely likes water. Which is not a surprise. Most GSPs I think like water. So, and he's no exception. So I'm excited about that. I think he'll be a little bit more robust and versatile for me in the woods. So we will see you in the fields and the woods this year. See you then. Almost forgot. If you voted for Sawyer for the Rough Grouse Society calendar, just want to thank you again. We didn't quite make the calendar, but he made, let's see, out of more than 500 entries, they tell me, he made it to top 20. So that's pretty good. We just missed it you got one for each month in the calendar, so it's 13 dogs. But he hasn't been up grouse hunting yet, so I didn't have a grouse picture to submit, but they were taking others, and he made it that far, so I was really happy about that. He's really grown into a nice looking dog. I get a lot of, get a lot of looks and a lot of comments about his look, so let's hope he can hunt as good as he looks. And I got high hopes for him. I think he'll be a great partner in the field. So again, if you voted for him on Facebook, thank you very much. I'm not a Facebook guy, so I couldn't really promote him. I couldn't share it really, except for the few people that I know that are on it. But thanks again. We'll see you in the field.